Manish, thank you so much for being on the
Thanks
show.
for coming. It's a long trip to make, but thank you very much.
So we made this trip together and, it's been magical for me so far. It's been 1.5 days of visiting Vrindavan and visiting all the temples and seeing the Bhakti Vedanta University, which you are a part of, you're helping build. So I have so many things to talk to you about. But first, your journey has been nothing short of spectacular. You've gone from, you were telling me, from a 600 square feet house to...
Blessings. No?
It is God's blessings, but is it only God's blessings or is there something else?
I think, the way it describes very well is saying that like your destiny or your luck is like the rainfall which is going to fall. And your karma is like the seeds. If you don't plant the seeds, even if the rain will fall, nothing going to grow. So you have to do your effort. As long as you do the right effort, whatever is destined or is meant to happen to you in your life will happen. So a lot of people may think I'm very smart and I'm going to make money because of my smartness. And you never end up because of that. Because why would the same person lose in a down cycle otherwise? And same way, people who may think I'm not very smart end up doing very well in life. And surely that has something to do with what they call your karmic cycle of life as well. And I think I'm a beneficiary of that same logic.
So when you talk about the karmic cycle, right, a lot of people are struggling at a very base level in life. And they would want to learn from you, how do you build a life of purpose? Not just wealth, but a life of purpose. What would your advice be to this younger generation?
So my first learning, and I don't want this to sound very heavy because we are in Vrindavan, but it's something I discovered also as I grew along, because my generation growing up was obviously enamored and education was all about the West. Even I went abroad to study. And in all honesty, I discovered our Indianness and our Indian roots and the wisdom of India only when I was outside India. Because here you kind of taken for granted. And it's kind of assumed that, you will follow this ritual, you will visit this temple. It was not about the deep knowledge which really our scriptures had. And they are not really religious books. They were books of knowledge. And if you think of it, none of the holy texts of the world, with no disrespect to anyone, gives you knowledge in that sense that you don't have a book on Ayurveda, which is about how to lead a long life. It's literally the life for the science of living well and for a long life. There's no one who's teaching you yoga, for example, and we separate physical well-being with mental well-being. There's no integrated view of things. And that's really what really is the essence and purpose of why we are in this world. And that comes by and by. I wish I knew this when I was much younger. But that search for it, that it is something out there which I'm missing, which I'm not getting from the education that we've gone into, is something which is actually there, embedded in the wisdom of our country. And I'm just only happy that you found a way to discover it. And the next generation will benefit from that for sure. Now, coming back to this purpose of life and so on. So a little bit heavy, but very true, is that you don't come to this life only to, as they say, the four things that there's dharma, arth, kam, and moksha. So dharma is a life of righteousness, which your morals have to be embedded in you from a young age, right? When we say, keep a good sangat, jhoot mat kehna, chori mat karna, it has to come to you from childhood. It's not something you learn in an MBA class, in a elective on ethics in Harvard Business School. Either you have it embedded in you as a seed from young age, or you never have it. So dharma becomes your foundation, and it has to be embedded at school level, which is what I think we missed, because we started learning Western stuff rather than, even our epics of Ramayana, which teach us about sacrifice and duty, were treated as mythology. So dharma becomes part one. Then is about, your passions in life and your love and all the passions, not just that, is really the area of calm. Then comes artha, which is your economic well-being, because you have to lead your life and go down that path. And eventually you're heading for moksha. And it's even described as the 4 stages of life very well. That when we were students, we were told you are in brahmacharya ashram, that be a good student, don't divert your attention left and right. A student is not supposed to go and say, I should earn money. Or a student can't be like devoting his time to, running after his romantic interests. There's a time for that. Then you come to the householder period of your life, which is grahastha ashram. Do your householder duty, nothing wrong with it. You don't have to say, I have to go and do, Gita classes when I'm 25 years old. It's okay. This is your stage. Learn your life lessons through this period. Then you come to what they call Vanprastha, which is typically after 50, which is when you give back what you know. Now, giving back is not money. The West taught us that giving back means money. If you don't give back knowledge, money, emotion, think if you only endow money to your kid without any knowledge, it's going to be gone in 5 or 10 years. If you don't have a connect with your kids emotionally, they're going to destroy your empire just to prove it that, the old man who, kept us hanging for so long. Let me show it to him. So even our goddesses, I was talking to you earlier, that Lakshmi, Saraswati, Durga are embodiments of that you have knowledge, you have wealth, and you have emotion. So if you come to that purpose, then that your giving back should encompass all of this. And then your last stage is about sannyas ashram, where you're going more inward to discover the purpose for your next journey in life. So your purpose, as it's described so well in life, is this neat kind of juxtaposition of what you ought to be doing at what stage in your life. And you've landed in this, what we call theater of life, to learn certain things. Like we choose to go to college, someone wants to learn physics, chemistry, someone wants to learn finance and accounts. I believe we are landed in this earth to learn certain life lessons. Like you don't go to an MBA program without work experience, because otherwise it's like watching a TV program, right? If someone's just lecturing you on something and you've not experienced it, it's like, yeah, I mean, I kind of get it, but you have to experience it. Same way, if I may talk the scriptures, but I'm not living that life, it's not going to be of that great benefit. So I do believe our souls come to this world to experience life from a certain vantage point, and think of it like a movie. In one movie, you may be Shah Rukh Khan, the hero. In the next movie, you may be Shah Rukh Khan, the villain, to see it from that perspective. In the third movie, you may be Shah Rukh Khan, the father of the hero, to see it from that perspective. In the fourth life, you may be the child of I don't know who, to see it from that perspective. So unless you get a 360 view,
Holistic view,
that's really what your soul's purpose is in life, to experience this and come back to its original state of purity, seeing everyone's point of view. And even when Vallabhai used to tell me when I was young that, oh, you must do your duty and be desireless, I was like, hey, I need to earn my, I need to run my life.
I need to first earn money to give back.
But he put that thought, and I see the benefit of it, because we could all lead our life then that way, that there is something called vikarma, which are the wrong things, which if you don't have the right morals, whether it's intoxication or, illicit relationships, so on and so forth, they're all wrong things, which you're doing for a selfish purpose. Then there is the normal karma, which you're doing, but it's also for a selfish purpose, that I will earn the money. It may do good for the world, but I will earn the money. Oh, look, I'm giving back, I will earn the fame. Even that is not the right thing to do. What you want to do is in a way which is selfless. It's nothing to do with me. It may help 1 generation, 2 generations, 3 generations later. That may be something which is truly selfless. Like maybe if, like, say, Prime Minister is running this country, he's not doing it for himself. He doesn't have a family. He doesn't have any personal needs. That is the ideal of what a karma has to be. That you're not doing anything with your own self-interest foremost in front of your eye. Now, within that, you have born with certain skills at a certain vantage point. If you use that for the larger good, then you're doing what is good for you, and you're doing good for what is the rest of society. So in that sort of expanse, you have to find your purpose, and it moves as you age.